Seattle market just changed. Now inventory is up 51% year over year. Homes are sitting longer, and the rules that worked last year no longer apply. Now stay with me, because I'm not just going to share data. I am going to tell you what exactly it means and what to do about it, whether you are relocating here, thinking about selling, upsizing, downsizing, what have you, or looking to buy. Hey, also, really quick, before we dive in, I've included a link in the description below that pulls up neighborhood level data for any US zip code. It's absolutely free for you. It takes about 30 seconds. You may need a login or use your Facebook to sign on. No information is stored. It's absolutely free for you, and you'll find it a total value add. And if anything in this video sparks a question, reach out directly. Shoot me a DM, grab time on our calendar. Now all the links are in the description. Now let's get into it, shall we? Hey, I am Ravi Ramachandran with the Rams Group. Together with my wife, Sijy, we are Seattle and East Side Realtors. Now we specialize in relocation and work with move up, move down sellers across the region. And every month, I translate the latest market data into actionable items that you could act on. Not just the numbers, but insights that help you make a smarter move. Now, we are going to walk you through each county and tell you exactly what the data shows. King, Snohomish, and Pierce. All right, let's go. Now, before we get into the local numbers, let us look at what is happening nationally and then tie it to what is happening locally in the Pacific Northwest region. Okay. Nationally, the median home price is about $398,000, up less than 1% from a year ago. Now, price growth at the national level has essentially stalled. Now, compare that to right here. King County is sitting at $938,500, and Snohomish at around $750,000, and Pierce County at about $580,000. And Pierce is the only county that is actually appreciating right now. Now, we are not a national market, and the story here is very different from the headlines that you're reading all across the web and newspapers, if you will. And as you know, the real horse riding under the hood is the interest rate. Mortgage rates are approximately at around 6.38% as of today. And here's the context that totally matters. Rates were touching nearly 7% in spring of last year. Now they've come down steadily and bottomed out near 6% in January and have ticked back up slightly since then. Now that recent uptick is exactly why waiting for the perfect rate is not a strategy at all. Now the window near 6% came and went quickly. And most people sitting on the sidelines missed it. Yeah, that's painful, but something for you to know. You can never time the market. Okay. Now the big picture, more buyers can afford to transact today than 12 months ago. And that works in your favor if you are selling. Now, if you've been waiting for the right moment, the conditions are more favorable than most people actually realize. So that's things going on nationally with respect to the average price and interest rates. Now, let's hone into King County. New listings are up 30%. Now total inventory is up 51% year over year to about 2,796 homes. Now months of supply moved from 1.2 to 1.9. It's still a seller's market in this neck of the woods, but the gap is closing super fast. That's it. Here's the number that tells the real story. A year ago, buyers were paying about 102.4% of list price, and today it's close to 100.1%. Now the bidding premium is gone, so if you are a seller and did not know that, now you do. Now days on market sits at 39 days, up about 25.8%. Now homes are sitting, and sitting homes invite lower offers, as you know. Now sellers, pricing strategy is everything right now. Don't overlook it. Correctly priced and well-presented homes are still moving. Now, overpriced homes are sitting. And every day on the market costs you negotiating power, which you realize, right? So price it right from day one. And for anyone relocating here, you now have real room to negotiate on price, repairs, closing costs in ways that simply were not possible about 18 months ago. So seller's perspective as well as relocators' perspective for King County. Then let's move on to Snohomish County. Snohomish had inventory up to about 44.1%. That's about 1,085 homes. Now median sales price in Snohomish is around $750,000, which is down about 3.8% from a year ago. Now days on market are at 46 days, which is up 39.4% a year ago. Now a price decline sounds alarming, doesn't it? But here's what it actually means. Sellers who overpriced last year had to reduce and the market corrected to where buyers were willing to transact. Now, this is absolutely not distress, it is reality. Now, sellers are still getting 99.8% of the list price, and correctly priced homes, by the way, are moving, just not instantly though. So after looking at sellers, if you're relocating and considering Snohomish, falling prices, rising inventory, and motivated sellers on anything over, say, about 40 plus days is a combination that does not come around every so often. Now, sellers do not price off last spring's comp. The data is totally stale. Price for today's market, present well, and you will sell your home, okay? So after looking at King and Snohomish, let's move on to Pierce County. Now, inventory in Pierce is up 19.4% to about 1,500 plus homes. And here's where Pierce actually breaks away from the rest. Median sales price came in at about $580,000, which is up about 5.3% from a year ago. And Pierce is the only county showing real appreciation, while the other two, King and Snohomish, are either flat or are declining. Now, Pierce is where demand is consistent, believe it or not, and real. Now, buyers are absorbing inventory without driving prices down. Now, days on market are at 56, which is up about 25%, but sellers are still getting almost 99.7% of list price. Now, homes are taking longer and prices are holding, which I would say is a healthy market. Now, for anyone relocating, $580,000 goes considerably further here than in King County and Snohomish, which you might have realized. But do not mistake that for unlimited time. Prices here are still going up, but not though at the pace that it's happening in King and Snohomish. So don't be on the sidelines and consider this your heads up. Now, in the beginning of this video, I told you that the rules have changed. Here's what I mean. Everyone who's using the last year's playbook right now is going to get the wrong result. It's guaranteed. If you are relocating here to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle and other neighborhoods around, the bidding war market you heard about is gone for now, for the most part. Now you have time, you have options, and you have negotiating room. Use it, but do not wait so long that the window closes, because spring brings in more competition. And if you're a seller, this market will not bail out an overpriced listing. Days on market is a signal buyers are negotiating based off of. Now, price right from day one or paid later in reductions as well as concessions. Don't make it more painful than what is necessary. Now, the data across all three counties is saying the same thing. Inventory rising, days on market climbing, and the frenzied market that once made sellers untouchable is gone for now, for the most part. Now, that does not mean it's a bad time to sell. It means strategy has to be totally sharp. And that's exactly what Sijy and I bring to every client of ours. So if you know of someone who's thinking about relocating or making a move this spring, send this video their way. It could be the most useful thing they watch this month. Well, that's your Seattle market area update for spring of 2026. That's it. If you have a question about any of this, do not overthink it. Send us a DM, drop a comment below, or grab a free 20-minute call with Sijy and me. No pitch, no pressure. Just a straight conversation about your specific situation and what can you do in this market so that you can win and win big. Now, I've included all the links in the description below. It takes about 30 seconds to book, so act pronto. So if this was useful, think about who else in your circle is sitting on a decision right now. Someone relocating maybe, or a neighbor thinking about selling, a friend who's been talking about making a move. Forward this video to them. Feel free to. Sometimes the right information at the right time is all it takes. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, I would encourage you to, because we put out market updates and relocation content every week so that you always know what's happening before everyone else does. Hope this was useful, and I am Ravi Ramachandran, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.